I do believe in creationism, and I do not believe the Big Bang happened. It's just a theory.
Do you think that relativity is true?
Sure.
That's a theory,
Yes.
though.
That's okay.
Okay, so
I
okay, do you think
I
that
I
do you think that
s-
subatomic particles exist?
I guess I've never seen them, but I have to agree that they exist.
Okay, but that's also just a theory.
Right.
Okay, do you think that germs cause some illnesses? Not all, but some illnesses.
Sure.
That's a theory.
None of those have to do with the creation of this planet.
So, yeah, except all of them are the reason you trust those scientific theories is because the scientific methodology is like our best fact-finding methodology that we've ever come up with, I think. So you're picking and choosing which theories are good based on which beliefs you already have. And so you're saying the evidence
I guess I haven't.
in the
I
same
guess I
breath you're
haven't
saying
taken
the
time to.
scientific evidence is good for confirming things that I can't even see, like
You can't
germs and
claim
atoms and
that the Big Bang
relativity.
theory is valid because other theories, um, people may believe in them. I guess I didn't do enough research on popular scientific theories to come in and debate on this. I do have, information from atheists that have to admit that the creation of this planet with all of its unique genuses and species and all that for plants and animals is extremely, extremely unlikely to have them all work basically in the circle of life, so to speak. I'm clearly not a scientist. I can't say that I am.
Neither
But
am I.
our planet's geological water cycles, life cycles, animal and plant, all work so well together that
N- Not really.
that, that they
Like
do.
sort of,
They work
sort
extremely
of.
well together. No, they do.
Then how come almost everything dies before it even reaches the age to which it could reproduce?
How is that possible? If everything died before it reproduced, we would have no plants and animals.
I didn't say every single thing does. I said almost. So, for example,
So, like you're saying,
a flower
98%.
or a tree will produce so much pollen that it's like it's literally in the quadrillions, I believe. So, if everything is perfect, then how come life has to create so much waste just in the effort of even trying to make anything alive? One in trillions or quadrillions of spores actually develop into a living thing. But
Sure,
everything is perfect.
but it still does.
But it's perfect. If you had a car and it started 1 trillionth of the times you turned the ignition, would you say that your
So
car
you're
is
saying
perfect?
because a flower releases trillions of pollen spores or reproducible spores like a fungus spore and only some take root? So you're saying that because there's millions of sperm that are
That's
released
not what perfection looks
and
like.
only one implants an egg, that the other sperms are just wasted? Or is that by design
Of
so
course
that
they're
that's,
wasted.
they're not wasted?
No, of course they are.
So you're arguing that
What
in a
is the
perfect world, one
can I
sperm
interrupt, please?
would
What
go
is
into
the
one egg
function that sperm has?
to satisfy an egg, to get into an egg and create a new
Okay,
human life.
one, if you're lucky, out of around 100 million of them do that.
Right.
So you claimed that the others are not wasted. The fact that they don't end up fulfilling what their purpose is, what would you call that?
But you can reproduce more as a human being. It's not like you have
Yes,
one
and it's
shot. It's
extremely
not like it's one
wasteful.
shot.
Yes, but it's extremely wasteful.
But it still serves its purpose in the human cycle.
One out of 100 million of them do,
So
which is why it's
we're
very
going to cry
wasteful.
over the rest of the dead sperm who don't make it?
I ain't
Or is it
crying.
by design that these things exist so that it is
It was
fulfilled?
designed to be wasteful. That
It
doesn't
was
make any
just
sense.
It was designed with a purpose.
And almost none of them fulfill that purpose.
But one of them completes the mission.
Yes.
Which is why you're
so
here
it
talking
is
to me.
wasteful.
Right.
Okay, well, we agree.
I'm not denying, I guess scientifically you could call it wastefulness. Sure.
Yeah.
I think that it's all kind of in a cyclical manner. That because that one does make it in the majority of humankind, there are anomalies. There are people who can't get pregnant or they're, defects and whatnot. I'm just saying that
About
by
half
design,
of pregnancies naturally terminate too. Well, not half. I think it's like 40% or so.
But the majority do make it, and humans are reproducing, just like animals reproduce, just like plants reproduce. That it's all a sort of cycle. And to go back to my original point, to have another planet with this complex amount of life, that there's a huge amount of, I'm losing the word, genus, species, that type of, a huge amount of variety of life. To have all of that on a unique planet, all working together to make the planet function, is nearly impossible.
Says who?
Says scientists. Says your community of scientists. Not Christian scientists, secular scientists.
I've never heard one say that.
That the rarity of having all of these things in one blue orb in space, since we've never found this ever again, we've never seen another planet.
We haven't even
reproduce
tried to look for it in any serious way. We only know of the mere existence of around 5,000 exoplanets, but we're pretty confident that there are close to 1 trillion planets just in this galaxy, and there are hundreds of billions of galaxies, which means there are probably hundreds of billions of trillions of planets.
And none that we know of yet that has a perfect ecosystem which allows life to
We
maintain
haven't.
itself.
Yeah, but you're saying that as if we've checked and found no evidence. No, we haven't even tried to find any evidence yet.
I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. And you will never find it in your entire life because it hasn't been created.
Okay, so you're saying that it will never be. Okay, so you just said that there is no life in the universe.
You
but
guys
you have no evidence
in
of
the
that.
science community love to try to disprove God, but never.
You can't scientifically disprove God. You could logically disprove God. I could logically disprove the God you believe in about 10 seconds.
I don't see, but I don't live by sight. I live by faith. So you can't disprove anything to me. I won't believe a word that comes out of your mouth if you try to disprove God to me because I have faith.
No, you can disprove it to yourself, actually.
I can't. I physically cannot.
It's incredibly weak. Do you understand that?
That sounds incredibly passionate for the creator that made me as an individual. I'm not here to win this argument. I'm here to hopefully share the love of Jesus Christ with other people.
Okay, well, remember I said no preaching. Is the God that you believe in omniscient?
Absolutely.
All right.
He created the universe.
Well, that's not what omniscient means. Omniscient means he knows everything.
Then yes, he is all-knowing.
Okay, well, we can disprove that in about 5 seconds.
How? You're not an omniscient being. He's not in the realm of time, space, or matter, so we can't explain that. Yeah, it's very difficult. I get it. You can.
Okay. I can quote you the supposed words of your own God. Ready?
Ready.
The outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great, and their sin is so grievous, that I will go down and see if what they have done is bad, or is as bad as the outcry that has reached me. If not, then I will know. So he's not omniscient.
So you're not saying that God knew and could come down to see for himself? Maybe God sent an angel.
No, he explicitly says, then I will know. He doesn't know. That's why he needs to go down to Sodom and Gomorrah and check.
And what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah?
So we're not talking about what happened to them.
No, scientifically they exist. They're still on this planet. They're
Right.
covered in
We're
rubble.
we're not talking about what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. What we're talking about is you said that the God you believe in is omniscient, but according to the supposed words of your own God, he doesn't know everything.
Well, I
So
would have to research more
the
into
God
that
you claim to
scripture.
believe in does not.
The original and talk to a Hebrew expert to see what they have to say
The
about it.
people that write the Bible do that, and then they transcribe the words into
They do their
English, and then
best,
we
yes,
read them.
absolutely. But I'm not a Hebrew expert, and I can't start to debate that topic. I can tell you that Sodom
Okay,
and Gomorrah do exist on this
that's
planet.
completely irrelevant to what we're talking about. So, are you claiming that the people that wrote this version of the Bible and transcribed it to English did it incorrectly?
Is it the King James version? Would it be King
Nope.
James?
Which
I
version
don't
do
know.
you
I
want?
don't
Which
know.
version do you want? I'll get the
I don't
version
know.
you want.
I'd prefer to not debate it on a TikTok live.
I'll. What version do you want? Did you say King James because you like the King James version, or because you don't like it?
I would say it's probably accurate, but I would have probably say that the Hebrew text translated accurately is the most accurate.
Well, it was written in that language, but again,
Correct. Yeah, and
professional
I'm
scholars
not a Hebrew expert.
do their best. I mean, it can be
Right.
translated. King James, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me. If not, I will know.
There. Exactly. I don't see how you're saying that he's
He's
not
not
omniscient.
omniscient.
It was him saying that he was planning on going down to see it, and he rained down sulfur and destroyed two
He's
cities.
going to see it because he needs to know whether or not the outcry that people have been claiming is true.
So this one text is why you're saying that the God of the Holy Bible is not omniscient.
Yeah, there's probably others. This is the only one I know off the top of my head. But I mean, there's other
Have
contradictions
you
in the
researched
Bible.
the life science, the earth science behind Sodom and Gomorrah? The rare sulfur on earth is found buried in the rubble of those two cities.
It's not rare. It's a known geologic phenomenon. If you're trying to cite what what was that guy's name? Ron Wyatt, who was a nurse from Texas and lied about every single thing he ever did.
See, this is
Then
another thing. You claim that he lied about everything he did, but that's not
because
true.
he lied, he never produced any evidence of anything. He just
He
made
absolutely
claims.
did. You're just choosing
No,
not to.
there is no evidence of
There is
anything.
absolutely evidence.
No, there isn't. There isn't.
There's
He claims,
people just
for
like you
example,
that go and find these balls of sulfur for themselves, and
yes,
take a
balls
lighter
of
to them
sulfur
and
are
burn.
known by geologists to
To
exist.
come from volcanoes.
These sulfur
They don't rain
nodules.
from the sky and destroy cities that actually match
They
up with
can come from
historical
volcanoes,
texts.
but the site that he claimed was Sodom and Gomorrah wasn't a city. He found naturally eroded angular blocks and claimed these were city walls, and they just flat out weren't.
That's just your belief system working
No, this
towards
is
what you want.
what scientists know.
Your
It's not
science.
my
There's
belief
other
system.
scientists that believe what I'm
No,
saying.
there aren't.
Yes, there are.
No, there are. You will not
absolutely
find
are.
a single one.
Well, you're absolutely wrong.
That's fine. You can
You're
think
just
that.
being stubborn
But, for
and
example,
closed-minded.
but also Ron Wyatt, he went to the Temple of the Holy Sepulchre, where
Stubborn
Jesus is.
and closed-minded.
That's fine. He went to the Temple of the Holy Sepulchre, where it's believed that Jesus' tomb is. He got permission to go under the tomb, claimed he found the Ark of the Covenant under there, claimed he found Jesus' blood, claimed the blood had 24
And
chromosomes.
when he didn't have a
23
permit, they
from mom,
discredited everything he said because
claimed he found 24 chromosomes in the blood, 23 from mom, 21 from God. That there are no photographs of any of it. He rage quitted. There's no photographs of any of it. There's no physical evidence of any of it. In fact, the church, the Christian church, the Temple of the Holy, whatever, called something close to that, they said, yeah, we let him go down there, but he never produced anything.